Centuries ago, the wizard Merlin broke the borders between fantasy and reality. His error continues to impact events. Myths and modern man walk side by side to this day. My name is John Watson. I'm a medical doctor by trade and a military man by happenstance. Later in life, I assisted one Sherlock Holmes of 221B Baker Street in his efforts as the world's first consulting detective. Now I have an entirely different job. I am charged with the care and leadership of a place built to keep the peace between the fictional and the real world. It's a 3-mile-wide steel-fortified base hidden in a top-secret location. It is a place of adventure, of creatures bizarre and frightening. From this place we protect your lives and the lives of your heroes. It is also our home. We call it the Fourth Wall.
Previously on the Fourth Wall.
I'm Professor Abigail Westing.
I've come to offer you a job.
Are you sure about this, sir?
That leaves only the question of whether you'll be joining us more permanently.
I'm definitely in.
Training will begin soon.
All right! I take it back. Send me back to the mailroom.
Fine, but we're not getting an extraction for another 5 minutes. So come with me or roll over and die.
You know, most of your reputable employers will put you on light duty after you lose your wings, not throw you into a war zone. Now with the androids? That tears it. I'm done. You'd have to be crazy.
Reggie!
All right. What's your plan?
There may be too many of them.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
What?
Did we win?
No, you lost.
Oh, come on, Hawthorne. Give Abigail a break. Imagine, 2 weeks ago, you didn't know that everything fictional is actually real. But now, you're up against the android battalions from the solar system that must never, ever be visited. Oh, I get it. You're putting us through a whole Tabika Nagiri thing. Teach us a lesson about humility. Nicely done, Hawthorne.
Kobayashi Maru.
God bless you.
No, Kobayashi Maru is the unwinnable test from Star Trek.
What did I say?
Tabiko Nagiri.
What the hell is that?
Sushi with fish eggs.
Well, that's what I meant to say. Stop feeding us fish eggs, Hawthorne.
This had nothing to do with the value of learning futility. Or fish
Is
eggs.
this some sort of hazing thing then for you, Hawthorne? How do you get rid of somebody you really don't want hanging around the wall? Well, easy. You make them go through the nearly impossible test. Well, think again, buddy. You're not getting rid of us that easily. I'm gonna be here long after you're gone.
So we failed, Hawthorne. I'm still not understanding what I was supposed to learn.
Since you asked, trainee Westing. Mr. Director, I could have handled this on my own.
Don't tell her, Hawthorne. Unless she figures it out for herself, it will mean nothing. She'll just have to do better next time.
But sir!
Tell me what?
Android Battalion, this is Director Watson. The training exercise is over. Return to your recharging stages and await further instructions.
Alright, trainees, you know what that means. Back to base.
I always hate this part.
You know, I've got a question that everyone's gonna promptly ignore. Why don't we have a training room for these things?
Those twerps on the Enterprise have the holodeck, the X-Men have the danger room.
Parts team. We have remnants from a 57 Cadillac Coupe de Ville on Pad 1 ready for cleanup and reconstitution.
Why can't we suffer through this crap back here at the wall? Why do we actually have to go to the solar system that must never, ever be visited?
Reginald, if you want to invent a completely new method of field training in your spare time, you are more than welcome to. In the meantime, the story of your prized solar system has long since ended. No one uses the area for other purposes. All that remains are the androids. Thus, the place serves our immediate purposes.
Where is that damn janitor and the cleanup crew?
The janitor!
He isn't. Is he?
No, not yet. Somebody get a damn medic down here.
Thought I smelled vodka the moment we got back.
Liquor didn't do this. Westing, please go call for help.
Medical!
My God! Is that you, my love?
Not now. Send a team to intake on the double. Jimmy the janitor has been attacked. There's a lot of blood. Hurry.
Somebody wrote something on the wall, too. Oh, man, they used blood.
What does it say? Incorrect?
Incomplete. It says incomplete. Are you coming with us, Westing?
That doctor gives me the heebie-jeebies. I think...
Isn't thinking too much the precise thing that led to your failure with the androids?
Is it?
Yes.
I said don't tell her.
Come on, pal. Let's leave them to their gruesome A-plot. If you need a lesson in perpetual frustration, then I'm your study buddy. If I mention now that I'm a flightless bird, it'll get much more frustrating than that.
Permission to speak freely, sir?
Will my answer make any measurable impact on the next several seconds of my life?
You are being too easy on her.
That hardly seems within my character.
Ignore me if you want, sir. If she were anyone else, she wouldn't get a do-over on the android test. You're going to need to be a little less Nigel Bruce if she's going to take this seriously.
Bah. How is he, Doctor?
Vod.
What's that, James?
Vodka!
He's fine.
No, back, Hawthorne. Stay away. Don't come any closer, you rogue. You got the drop on me back in that intake chamber, but I guarantee it'll be the last time, laddie.
Here you go, Jimmy. Just a little bit of medicine to help calm you down.
I bet you work for Bluff.
Gentlemen, he'll need more rest before he can answer any more questions.
What did you inject him with?
A sleeping agent.
That doesn't answer my question. Anything can be a sleeping agent.
But I don't want to paint me bum gold, Mum.
He'll be awake again in a few hours.
Very well.
There are two possibilities. One, the old bastard has finally lost his mind. And two,
You confess to attacking him? He did seem fairly certain that you were present for the attack.
all right, three possibilities. People might start asking what incomplete refers to.
Then let's hope for both of our sakes that the drink has finally taken the last of our janitor's faculties.
Now I know how my students feel.
You know, you're not a teacher anymore.
I'm on sabbatical. Doesn't matter. That Hawthorne guy sucks.
He might just be jealous.
Jealous?
Sure, the boss has taken an interest in your development, more so than with any of the other trainees who will remain nameless. Hell, the very fact that Watson hired you, a real person no less, breaks more than a few rules that have been in place since Merlin built the wall. Also, well, you know, will they, won't they? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Ew. Reggie, have you ever had an insight that didn't originate from your cloaca? Two people who happen to be in relative proximity to each other and spend all of their time arguing don't have to be romantic partners before the end of the story.
They do on our side of the wall, pal. Just ask Darcy and Bennett, Scarlett and Rhett, Sam and Diane. 2
out of the 3 couples you mentioned don't even end up together at the end of...
Deny. Oh, God. Not these people again. They act like they've never seen a cup of coffee before. The line must span the whole base. You're all being ridiculous. It's just a Starbucks. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go prepare for the next training session.
You preparing?
You wound me. After all that talk about the android battalions, I'm gonna go watch my Blu-ray of The Solar System That Must Never Ever Be Visited. Care to join?
First, I'm never going to watch that movie. Second, there's coffee at the end of that line. It calls to me and I must possess its secrets.
You know, there's a lot to learn from the golden age of American B-movie science fiction.
Coffee.
Yeah, suit yourself. Ow. I'm never gonna get used to that.
Excuse me.
What?
Is this the line for coffee?
You'd never catch me waiting in line for the foul stuff.
Hey, watch your mouth. That's my friend you're talking about. My boiling hot, caffeinated friend.
What? No, there's some kind of commotion up ahead. It's bottlenecked the foot traffic from the Orange Julius all the way up to the other Orange Julius.
I wonder what the problem could be.
I don't know. Go see for yourself.
What's that written on the wall?
Incontinent!
Inconceivable.
No, it says incomplete!
Coroner, is that man dead?
Afraid so. Make way, you people. Oh my God, they've struck again.
I'll contact the boardroom, have them seal the wall. The culprit couldn't have gotten to another dimension this quickly.
Quite right. Guards!
Yes, Mr. Director?
Place Agent Hawthorne under arrest for suspicion of assault and murder.
You know I'm innocent, Watson. You know. You said they!
Take him away.
So great. Training is canceled. Blu-ray marathon for Reggie. Everybody wins.
A man died, Reggie.
Was he from a comic book? Those bastards are always confusing death with a really deep nap.
You're no help at all.
What's there to help with? The case is closed. Hawthorne is, and I suppose always has been, a bad egg. It happens. Especially around here. Watson will get somebody else to train us, and with any luck, they'll either be a little less of a hard ass or, a little less of a psychopathic serial killer. Either or. I'm not picky. Now, please, I'm trying to watch this.
How many times have you seen this movie?
This year?
You're no help.
Where are you going?
I'm going to work out how we failed the test and come up with a plan to fix it, or figure out what's bugging me about this whole Hawthorne business.
Oh, come on. Be a little more like Captain Van Buren in the movie. He knows that the android solar system must never, ever
be visited, right?
But he has a hunch that planets 2, 4, and 6 are rich with alternative fuel sources. So, without a plan, he loads up the X-1029 space liner and boom! Opening credits.
So I should just go up to Watson and accuse him of playing a part in the attacks, or I should just go down to the android planet with fists flying?
What? No, sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. Close the door on your way out, please.
The lights in this area have burned out.
Crap.
Technicians will repair the issue as soon as possible. In the meantime, we wish you well as you embark in the grand adventure that is Blind Equilibrium.
Who's there?
No! Stop, please!
Wait, who the hell are you? Oh! Oh.
And then I heard the screams and came running out. Abigail was there, but lying in a heap. I didn't see anyone else.
Then it couldn't have been Hawthorne who did this. He's been locked up in the prison wing since we found the last victim.
Now, just a damn minute, old man. Just because your lackey was under lock and key when this happened doesn't mean he's innocent. He could have had accomplices, and you know for damn certain...
Reginald, be quiet.
She's coming around now, Director Watson.
Professor Westing. Abigail, it's Director Watson. Are you all right?
She may have a head injury. I should keep her in the hospital wing overnight for observation. I could watch her sleep.
I'm fine. Really, I am. Something stopped the monster that attacked me.
So you saw it?
Only for a moment. The thing that stopped the attacking creature looked a lot like Hawthorne. Could have been his brother or sister. It was pretty dark.
Everyone save Westing, clear this space immediately. So help me God, Reginald. If you're not out of this corridor in the next 30 seconds, I will ensure that your demise is congruent with your bleakest nightmares.
Has a chicken McNugget?
That's right. Move.
Abby, you know where to find me when the Commandant here is through sweating you out.
And you know where to find me, darling.
I am aware of you, yes.
Are you sure you're all right?
Nothing a long ride in a collapsing car won't fix.
Describe what you saw.
It was the size of a truck. Its shape changed somehow every second I saw it. When I could get a clear look at it, it looked like... It's going to sound so strange, but it looked like a
human casserole.
Yes. As if every part of it was somehow less than. Damaged.
Incomplete.
Wait, you know what it is, don't you?
I haven't... Yes. I know exactly what it is. Abigail, your people in the real world have a tremendous power over we the fictional. You create us and influence, if not outright control our actions. You have no idea of the power you wield. Thus, you can hardly be held responsible for when you wield it recklessly. Myself, Agent Hawthorne, even Reggie represent the sum total of your world's fully realized creative work. But what happens to the failed first drafts? The half-baked notions? What of the unfinished ambitions? They are what attacked you just an hour ago, and they are still on the loose here in the fourth wall. They are given life, just as I was. But theirs is a half-life. Many years ago, when I first came to this place, there was a great epidemic that plagued my predecessor's last days. In countless fictional worlds, protagonists were meeting unfortunate, grisly ends. Incomplete characters were enacting their hateful jealousy on their more complete brothers. Or maybe they were trying to exact their revenge on the people of your world. No one really can know. Their motivations had never been fully developed. We at the Fourth Wall had to do something. With no other options, we banished them to the void beyond the base. In the years since, when new half-forms were detected, they were sent to be with their kind. They've marched through that hellscape for years, fusing together in their desperate attempt to find some degree of wholeness. I can only imagine their hate has grown since banishment.
You banished them to an eternity of torment?
I can only hope when you get to be my age, you will be able to look back on your own past without a sense of moral contempt.
But how did they get into the building? They must have come through the gap those bats created the day I first came here.
That would be my guess as well. Top marks. Watson here.
Director Watson, boardroom here. I've just received a report from the commercial wing. They found some sort of creature. They think it's the same entity responsible for the recent attacks.
Game! Please, I'm trying to help. You won't be going around hurting anyone else.
So, choosing this week to host a convention of frightened villagers from horror movies.
Was an unfortunate mistake of scheduling, yes.
What are you going to do?
Elementary Westing. I'll improvise. That is entirely enough. That is entirely enough. We are here to provide safety and security for all people everywhere. We will not give in to a mob mentality. Not here, not while I am alive.
He's a murderer!
Especially when they are murderers. We will not descend to their level. Now go, or so help me, I will ban each and every one of you from the Fourth Wall for all eternity.
And where will you get your Starbucks then,
Do not test me. Now move.
Can't believe that worked. I figured they were out for blood.
So did I. What is your name?
Hawthorne.
Like I said, there's a resemblance.
My first name is Ernie. Or maybe Mitchell. It might be Lauren. They never decided.
It must be an abandoned first draft. Like the others, but not quite one of them either. Westing, we need to get him out of here.
Welcome to the prison wing. If you are visiting, we advise you to keep a reasonable distance from the cells. If you reside here, please stand by, as legal counsel will assist you presently. Thank you.
Please enter the cell, Other Hawthorne.
You're not going to lock them both up, are you?
Hardly. Hawthorne, that is, the fully formed Hawthorne, please exit the cell.
About damn time. I figured the only reason you set me up here was so that when the others were attacked, I'd have an alibi.
Yes, let's go with that.
Why are you letting him go? He could still be behind the whole thing.
Fine. One of you into the cell, please.
Didn't catch your name, friend. Hawthorne. Okay, that's pretty odd. Good to know.
The four of us need to come up with some kind of plan to stop this creature.
So that you can kick it back out into the void?
Unlike some people, Miss Westing, I am content to learn from my mistakes. While I am responsible for that thing's suffering, I am prepared to end it if no other options present themselves. You there.
Me?
Yes. You know more about that thing out there than anyone else.
They are rage alone.
I've tried
for years to temper their fury,
but they
don't want anything
other than to bring pain.
Wait a minute, Hawthorne the first. If we opened up the gateway between worlds, would the amalgamated creature try to get out of the wall?
If it understood the opportunity it had to create more pain, then it wouldn't be able to resist.
Unfortunately,
it has
no interest in understanding anything.
But if it could focus on one thing.
The only thing it can
focus on is me. That I continue to live offends it more than anything else.
I think I've got a really stupid idea.
Now we're talking.
How do you get rid of someone you don't want hanging around the fourth wall? You make them go through the nearly impossible test.
I don't know why I'm here.
We're going to solve this crisis and then throw it back in Hawthorne's big dumb face.
You know, not to be the guy that's responsible for all the callbacks, but I think Sam Malone said that exact same thing on an episode of Cheers.
Stop talking.
Fourth Wall is filmed before a live studio audience.
Reggie.
Everybody knows your name.
Boardroom to training field.
Westing here.
We're preparing to open the gate.
Are you sure this is going to work?
I'm sure of nothing.
Of nothing.
But we must
take action.
You disapprove?
No, I'm actually encouraged for the first time in a long time. And I'm mayo westing an apology.
The amalgamated creature hates me more than anything. We are born of the same carelessness, but somehow I avoid the darkness that consumes their fractional soul. I don't know they will follow me, but I believe they will.
All right, works for me. Hawthorne to the boardroom.
Watson here.
We're ready here, Director.
Acknowledged. Activate large dimensional gate and set location for the solar system that must never, ever be visited.
Ready? No. Too late!
There they are.
Yes, I can see that!
Get in!
Don't need to tell me twice. Have I ever mentioned that you're a very nice man?
Shut up!
Wait, is that a talking bird?
They're gaining on us.
I can see that. We'll never be able to collapse this vehicle and get back to the wall if we have to keep outrunning them. Got any other plans, Professor?
Stop the vehicle.
I was looking for something in the forward motion category!
Stop! It wants me. I'll stay behind so that it never gets out again.
No, you can't.
I was created without purpose. Sacrifice is the only way I can master my own destiny. This is the only way I can have a complete story. There's got to be another... Okay, guess you're just jumping out of the car now. You must go. Live the life I never could. Now!
Not anymore.
Team, we have remnants from a 66 Volkswagen Combi on Pad 1 ready for cleanup and reconstitution.
And seriously, I think I need to go back to the mailroom.
No, you don't.
All right, fine. Counteroffer. We all get a day off.
Well, Westing.
Oh, come on, Hawthorne. I don't think you're in a position to be grading anybody right now. Aren't you still technically under arrest?
If I am, then apparently I'm capable of murder. Care to test me? As I was saying, trainee Westing, you managed to devise a plan that neutralized a very grave crisis. You also provided a response to the Android Battalion test that accomplished the goal, even if it did make the test unusable for all eternity. Good job.
Yes, indeed. I would say this matter is wrapped up quite nicely, Professor.
Like hell it is.
I beg your pardon?
Did I stutter?
She must have hit her head, boss. You hit your head right.
Do you want a piece of what I'm handing out right now?
Not really, no.
Good. Watson, none of this would have happened if you hadn't colossally screwed up years ago. Now you have the opportunity to make things right. We have a prison wing in this place, and aside from the occasional false charge of murder, it goes completely unused. As more incomplete characters form, we won't send them out into the void and hope they never come back. We can capture them humanely and house them in the prison wing where we'll find a way to help them.
Hawthorne?
I think we would be well advised to implement her plans, Director. Her success rate is quite stellar. So far.
Very well. See to it, Westing.
Again, nicely done. What the hell has gotten into you, bird?
Kiss, kiss, kiss!
He thinks we're will they, won't they-ing.
Jesus! just because two people argue and are in close proximity to one another.
Exactly.
Also, I'm gay.
Yeah. Yeah?
You know what? I take back all the nice things I just said. We're all officially doomed.
Reggie, I just made an ass of myself in front of him. Again. Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you were both men.
Reggie!
Oh, okay, so it's my fault I can't tell humans apart until one of you people lays an egg. You all look alike to me.
I'm going to kill you.
Okay, I'll make it up to you. A plan for our day off. Any movie you want from my DVD collection, no limits.
Anything other than the solar system that must never ever be visited, and you've got a deal.
Fine. Beneath the solar system that must never ever be visited. Part 2. Even better than the first, if you ask me.
Reggie.
Your mama told you not to go back to the solar system that must never ever be visited? Starring Richard Pryor, Richard Roundtree, and Richard Attenborough?
I don't know why we're friends. And you made that last one up.
Haven't you learned anything? This is the fourth wall. Everything is real. Especially the stuff that doesn't exist.